She took out some of her dad's ashes and used it as blush on her face. Then she took some of her mom's ashes and used them as eyeshadow. She used a power drill to secure the screws on her boots and tightened her waist with a wrench. Finally, she put on her custom-made earrings, grabbed a bunch of roseless roses, and rising slowly from the sewers to the surface. Today was her wedding day. When the villagers saw her, they all quickly shut their windows, but she didn't care at all. This was just the usual style of the Addams family. As cheerful funeral music played, the bride slowly walked into the wedding venue. But Gomez suddenly realized he had forgotten the rings. At that moment, their pet thing rushed over and magically produced the rings. Just as the officiant was about to announce the start of the ceremony, a group of villagers appeared with torches, intending to destroy these monsters. Gomez rushed to finish the wedding ceremony and urged his family to escape quickly. However, the only way out had been destroyed by the villagers. With no way to escape, they had no choice but to grab weapons and fight back. But they had no intention of hurting the villagers. To cover their escape, Grandma decided to stay behind and buy them some time. The brother carried them as they climbed toward the mountaintop. Under the moonlight, they looked so desolate. Although they were safe now, wherever they went, people always drive them away. Gomez swore to his wife that he would find a place just for them. So, they began their journey to find a home. As Thing played music, a man dressed in white suddenly appeared. Thing couldn't stop in time and ran straight into him. They quickly got out of the car to check on him. Gomez could tell from his clothes that he was a mentally ill person. Just then, Morticia noticed an abandoned castle on top of a mountain. Could this be the new home of their dreams? But suddenly...
Thank you, old boy. Lead the way.
Just like that, he unknowingly became Gomez's butler. Soon they arrived at the castle. Gomez ripped off the seal and opened the door. The place was not only eerie, but also had blood flowing down the walls. Anyone else would have run away in fear, but this was exactly the kind of style the Addams family loved. So, they decided to settle there. Soon, they had two strange children. The older sister was named Wednesday. She liked to sleep under the guillotine. If it weren't for the tree spirit waking her up every morning, she'd have died 1,000 times by now. The younger brother, Pugsley, was even scarier. His favorite thing every day was trying to kill his dad with the weapons he made himself. The siblings were really close. Wednesday's way of showing love to her brother was by burying him alive. And so, the Addams family lived happily here for a long time. Until one day, the fog that had been covering the castle gradually cleared, and a pretty little town appeared in front of them. At that moment, the real estate agent, Margot, was showing a house to some clients. When she pulled the curtains back, all the clients were stunned. Seeing the scary castle on the mountain across the way, Margot fainted in fear. Since the castle had been discovered, the Addams family decided to go down and show the villagers they meant no harm. But when the villagers saw them, they were all terrified. When they saw Pugsley drinking water like a dog, the villagers turned and ran away. From then on, the villagers treated the Addams family like monsters. Wednesday entered school for the first time. As soon as she walked in, she saw the school bully picking on a student named Parker. She put a moldy piece of bread into Parker's backpack, then poured some drink in there too. After shaking it up, she tossed it to Parker. Wednesday hated the bully's actions.
Don't cut your eyes on my crew unless you're ready to dance.
What did you say, little ghoul?
They stared at each other fiercely, and Wednesday's sinister face scared the bully, who immediately turned and left. But Wednesday wasn't going to let her off that easily. During a biology class, the teacher asked them to dissect frogs, but Wednesday made an apparatus instead. When she activated the machine, the lights in the room went out, and an electric current from the machine hit the frogs. The frogs that were hit stood up like zombies. At Wednesday's command, all the frogs jumped on the bully. Just like that, Wednesday helped Parker get revenge. To thank Wednesday, Parker invited her to her house that evening, and even dressed up in her style. At that moment, they accidentally discovered a secret room in the house. It turned out that Parker's mother was Margot, and she had been secretly watching the villagers in the town. Margot, in order to sell the house, she incited the villagers to go tear down the Addams castle together. Meanwhile, in the castle, the Addams family was having a ball. Suddenly, a large stone crashed through the wall. Margot and the villagers were preparing to demolish the castle. In this critical moment, Pugsley decided to protect his family in his own way.
Shakalaka bang, baby!
He blew a hole in the wall, urging everyone to run, but before they could escape, a huge stone blocked their path. Pugsley's bombs had run out. Just as the castle was about to collapse, the butler shielded the Addams family with his body. Fortunately, Wednesday and the tree spirit arrived just in time and saved them.
Hope I'm not crashing the party.
Wednesday!
Then Wednesday asked the tree spirit to extend its branches and rescue everyone one by one. Seeing Margot still insulting them, Thing conjured up a bomb and threw it to the running Pugsley.
Fire in the hole! Masarka!
The villagers, seeing the destroyed castle and the pitiful Addams family, felt deep remorse. It was clear that the Addams family meant no harm. They just wanted to live quietly here. Finally, after Parker persuaded her, Margot came to her senses. At the end of the story, Gomez bought half of the town's houses, and the villagers finally accepted them. As the dark clouds gathered again, the castle returned to its original form. So it's said that prejudice in people's hearts is like a huge mountain, but once you really get to know it, maybe it's not what you thought it was at all.